guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here to bring a review for One Piece manga chapter 21. I was gonna say 121, but I don't know why I was gonna say that, but yeah, 21. Maybe we'll get to 121 someday, maybe. But for now, 21. So within this chapter, the fight between Nick, James, and Gabriel continue, and now I'm trying to find like a real like purpose. I don't think that's the right word I want to use. For this chapter, and at first I thought it was to introduce uh how nightmare powers work, but I've decided against that simply because uh this introduced Nightmare Level 1 Overdrive. We've seen Nightmare Level 1 on two other occasions. That was when Nick's mom used it on James Dominio, and the other time is when Jasper used it on Nick. And so this within this chapter was the third time it was been used, but today it was Overdrive. And we find out through Billie Jean's how to activate this overdrive. And now this led me to wonder, during his training with James, it was with James in Valhalla, he might have trained with other people as well. He had a month's training there. Did he not learn about his nightmare powers? And simply because it was Billie Jean's explaining to him, via flashback, how to activate the overdrive, it makes me think that when he did do his month's training, well, it was only a month, maybe there wasn't time for that. He didn't touch upon the nightmare powers, so that is something completely that he has to learn. Now, I was planning to do another video on nightmare powers, which I still may do, but just to touch upon it, what we see within this chapter and what we've seen within previous chapters, the other two terms that I mentioned, it seems that nightmare powers will be illusion based genjutsu, Sharingan. Genjutsu illusion based powers. Within the prologue chapter, we see Nick's mum use on James, and he was seeing things. What did Jasper do with it? I can't remember what Jasper did with it. But in this chapter, we see it used on Gabriel, and he started to see some things. He started to see his old masters, but eventually he was able to realize this was an illusion and I guess break out of it. But by the time he broke out of it, he was attacked and disarmed. Now, the reason why I mentioned attacked and disarmed is because I don't think the fight is just quite over yet. But it was during this time, because it was illusionist versus illusionist in a sense. It did make me wonder, is this justifiable? I'm always looking for the justification. Because I was just thinking to myself, should Nick be able to out-illusion anybody? And at first, I thought to myself, no, he's still a young buck in this game, he's still new. But then I thought to myself, maybe nightmare powers are like the top level illusions, therefore trumping any illusions caused by any other means, if you get what I'm trying to say. But then I remembered, well, regardless if that is the case, what's his name? Gabriel was able to break out of Nick's Nick's illusion. Granted, it was a little bit too late, but I don't know. I can't find a justification to make. Yeah, I don't see it as justifiable, but I don't see against it either. So sitting on the fence here. So that's not a problem. Other than that, there's nothing much to say. I'm predicting that next chapter, don't think the fight will continue, but I do think, you have that, like, last words. You have his last words before he bites the dust, whatever shape or form that would be. Within the chapter, we do get some sort of backstory. I'm not going to say it was a little bit of a backstory. We know where Gabriel is coming from. The only thing I want to know, and I'm hoping and I'm assuming that it will be answered within the next chapter, is why he hates half breeds so much. We know that he was fighting for a pure empire, but why does he hate half breeds? Who did him wrong? That's a question that still needs to be answered. I'm going to give this chapter a 3-star rating. I call it a review like always, guys. Must for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.